DDM 2022.06 sees the introduction of the advanced Boolean-based search capabilities into the DDM Office environment. This advanced search was introduced into DDM Web a few versions ago. If we just log into DDM Web, I'm going to log in as Stuart McBurney, log in. So up in the very top right hand corner there is an advanced search capability that gives us the ability to build up Boolean based queries in this way. Okay, if I show you a recent search, I could search over change orders where the status is equal to active and the person responsible is Joe McBurney, and we can run that search. So a more advanced search than we've seen before. Now if we go to, let's just go to the top there, we're going to go back into DDM Office. So in the DDM Office environment, we are familiar with the free search capability. We have the simple search based on number, description and status. And we have the form-based search. This was previously called advanced search, but we've renamed it to forms. The advanced search now is the same Boolean-based advanced searching capabilities that we have in DDM Web. I've got a few examples that I've added here for demonstration purposes. And if I go to my favorites, under my CAD demos for advanced searches, I've created a search which is greater than or less than example. So this search is saying that for parts where the price cost is greater than 10 and the price retail is less than 50, or the description contains bolt and released. So we've got a combination of and or situations here, and we can continue to add groups, so you can really build up some quite complicated queries here. So if we look in the results of this query, let's just move the splitter bar up, we can see the first section here is bringing us back all parts where the price cost is greater than 10 but the price retail is less than 50, and then this bottom section is showing all of these parts because they contain the word bolt and they are all released. So the first example of an advanced Boolean based search in DDM Office. I have another example here which are parts that are M10 nuts, bolts and washers. So instead of searching for those individually, I've now got a query here. Again, I'll bring the splitter bar down, where I'm saying I want parts where the description contains M10 and bolt and the item is a preferred item, or M10 nut or M10 washer, and therefore in my results I get M10 nuts, bolts and washers. So another good example. So very useful tool, and certainly if you're doing any kind of reporting across folders where you might want to have multiple attributes. If I go to my change orders, for example, okay, so failed to run search, invalid column name recommended. Okay, and this is because those columns do not exist against that object type. So I'm going to clear and reset my search. Okay, I'm going to go, let's go back to parts, and then I'm going to jump to my change orders again. Okay, so if I go to my change orders this time, I'm looking for change orders where the status is equal to active and, by plus here, and the owner, in my case it's the person responsible, is equal to Joe.McBurney. I could add a group below and say, or the status is equal to active and the person responsible. So I'm searching across two different users here, is equal to let's say Hercule dot, I'm not sure there are any, but let's have a little look. Poirot. Search. So only Joe McBurney. Okay, if I look at all of my open change orders with a previous query, we've got Stuart McBurney and Joe McBurney here, so I could have done the query based on that, but you get the idea. It's a Boolean based search capability, so you can build up these more advanced searches. You also have the ability, as I've shown you here, the ability to save those and add them to your favorites. I've got one here where I've created any quality procedure, so change orders active, owned by Joe McBurney, and there is the results of the query. Okay. Now, we've also introduced in this version of DDM, I'm going to go back to the web, is the favorites capability within the web environment. So previously these weren't accessible. I'm logged in as the same user, Stuart McBurney, and if I go to my favorites and go to my CAD demos, I have access to all of the same searches within here. So for example, nuts, bolts and washers that are all M10, and there they are. So a really nice inclusion in the web client and the introduction of advanced Boolean based searching within the DDM Office environment.